What's going on, guys? In this video, we are going to cover blue sky day training. All right, so I've been talking to you guys about this for a couple weeks now. This is a very, very simple scalping strategy, okay? This is not difficult to do. It's very simple, very straightforward. So the goal here is to keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Just go with the list of confirmations, and when you see it, take the trade. Now, with that being said, I want to remind you guys, we do not want to rely on indicator trading, okay? You don't want to rely on indicators to give you a trade setup. However, in certain scenarios, indicators can be very, very beneficial, and they can help you to draw a conclusion about a particular trade setup, okay? So in this situation, we're going to be covering the blue sky day indicator. Okay, I'm going to show you exactly how I use this indicator to get amazing results with this. Now, I recommend using it the way that I teach. Okay, I recommend using it on the 5-minute time frame. Okay, the 5-minute time frame. We're going to be scalping with this indicator. So what I'm going to do, I'm on USD Swiss franc. I'm going to go to the 5-hour or the 5-minute chart rather. Okay, once I have that loaded, I'm going to go ahead and go to my indicators. I'll get rid of it and then bring it back. So I'm going to go to indicators up here at the top. And I'm going to grab that blue sky day. Okay, so you can see here, there's several that are here. Okay, what you're going to want to do is go with the 90% strategy one here. Okay. This is the one with the built-in strategy tester, okay? Now, you can see here on the 5-minute chart, if you go down here to the bottom, it's been 97.7% profitable over 87 closed trades. It's extremely profitable, okay? Now, if you just take a quick glimpse at this indicator, it's very simple. There's a red shaded area and a blue shaded area, okay? The red shaded area indicates a drop, okay, or a short sell position, okay? Red area indicates a sell or a drop. The blue area, the blue sky day, indicates a long, an uptrend, or a buy position. So again, red indicates a short, blue indicates a buy or a long. Now, you're going to notice on the screen there are arrows. I mean, guys, this is very, very simple, okay? When there is an arrow indicating a short, that is where you sell. When there's an arrow indicating a blue long, that is where you buy. Now let's take a look at this and see how profitable this thing has been. So if I take the ruler and actually measure the pip profitability here, you can see here that this indicator caught 61 pips on the 5-minute chart, guys. That's amazing. Okay, that's amazing. Let's go over here to the right. Check out this short position. Okay, 32 pips. Very good, guys, very good. And this is something where you're going to get in and out quickly, okay? So you don't want to hold the trade too long on this. You just want to get in and get out. If it goes the wrong way, you get stopped out. You can re-enter or enter at a different entry that the indicator gives you. Now, I don't want you to solely rely on this indicator, so you can do a couple different things here. I always recommend market structure and price action first, okay? Ideally, what you want to do is find a place of support or resistance. You want to find a key level in conjunction with the indicator, okay? So what I'm really looking for is down here, a level of support. Okay, and up here, a level of resistance here, okay? Now, those are just some zones, okay? I could have used a rectangle as well, but I think you catch the drift, the top and the bottom, okay? Ideally, I don't want to trade in this middle range. Okay? If I can help it, I want to avoid that. And take a look at that middle range. It really hasn't been very profitable. So ultimately, I want to avoid that middle range. I really want to find the top or the bottom of this particular trend and to be able to capitalize on that. Now you can see here, it was a resistance turn support over here. Same thing over here, guys. Okay, resistance over here, then support up here. Now it actually broke through. This was actually a resistance the whole time. I could put this up a little bit higher. So that actually never turned support. It hasn't yet anyway. So you can check higher time frames to see if that's a good zone. I put my horizontal lines there, so now I know. Okay, and as you can see, both lines are actually very, very good. Now, when you go to higher time frames, you see all the arrows and all the shading. It gets pretty crazy. And you can see that the percent profitability is not very high. So again, I don't recommend using it for the higher time frames simply because it's not as accurate. But we can look in terms of market structure to see if we have a good trade setup here. And what I would personally do based on the 1 hour, what trade would you prefer to take, a buy or a sell? A buy or a sell? Go ahead and take a look. Okay, for me, I would personally take a sell because I see that this level of resistance hasn't been tested in a very long time. Okay, and this is a really good spot for a short. So I'm going to go back to the 5 minute. And based on market structure alone, I would take a sell here. Okay, I would take a sell here on the retest, just like you've been taught, guys. So we have a test of resistance up here, a pullback, and then a retest. And that's where it says short, right there. So that's the retest. It says to go short here. You guys can see that. I would place a sell there, okay? You can also see that on the RSI, it is greatly overbought here. Okay, so that is also a good indication. I wouldn't go off of that alone, but that does complement what we're doing here. I could also bring up a Bollinger Band to see if it goes outside of the bands. Yeah, I like to use Bollinger Bands or stochastic in conjunction with this to see if it's a viable trade setup. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. Now you can see here that with this short signal, this actually didn't go outside of the bands. At least I don't believe so. No, it might have poked out a little bit up here at the top. I'm going to go ahead and remove that line for now. So you could see that it actually tapped it, but the short signal's right here. Okay, so keep in mind it may not always have a confirmation with the Bollinger Bands. However, you can use these in conjunction to see if it does. But primarily what I would be using in this instance would be probably a stochastic here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the RSI. And you can do an RSI stochastic if you'd like. I personally just use a stochastic just because it's the best for scalping, in my opinion. That's what I tend to use and typically gives me the signal that I need. Okay, and as you can see here, at the short signal here, we have a crossover of the stochastic. We also had a crossover over here to the left. Okay, so very close to our short signal. Keep in mind, this is only a 5 minute chart, so we're pretty much still in the same zone. Okay, so you could place a sell here. Now, if we're being precise with where the signal is given, it's actually saying that there's going to be a slight uptrend. So I would wait until the stochastic gets up here with a crossover, and then I would go ahead and place my sell there. And if you ride it out all the way to the bottom of the stochastic, where there's a crossover to the upside, which really happened here pretty much, that's about 15 pips. If you rode it a little bit further, knowing that it would go down a little bit more to this next long signal, you could have gotten 25 pips, okay? 25 pips out of that, 70 bars. So you would have waited a couple hours on that, but you could have go ahead and capitalize on that. So you have two options. Again, you can ride it until the stochastic is the opposite signal. So the short signals here, you go ahead and place your sell and ride it until the stochastic gets to the bottom, or you can take it until it gives a long signal. Okay, see where the long signal is? You can go ahead and close out there. Ultimately, it's up to you. I personally think this is so accurate that you can go ahead and do either one. but you need to make sure that you're relying on market structure, price action before you execute the trade. Okay, just because it says short here doesn't mean I'm going to take it right there, because I do see on the stochastic it's looking to continue an uptrend, and I'm seeing actually green candles forming here. So what I'd like to do is wait for those green candles to end, and then on the first red candle that has some volume to it, I'm going to go ahead and place a sell here in continuation with that red candle. And I also see a stochastic crossover here to the downside. I'm going to go ahead and place my sell there for an optimal entry and the optimal range of pips here, which again would have been about 25 pips on that trade. Not a bad trade, guys. It's a very safe trade. We were at resistance, price action confirmation, stochastic crossover, and the indication from the blue sky day. So again, I'll give you that breakdown. You can also use Bollinger Bands. So let me give you the breakdown again of the confirmations. I'll go ahead and put them in the text box. That way you have them. And then go ahead and review this video over. But it's very, very simple, guys. This is super easy, okay? Okay. So our list of confirmations, number one is going to go ahead and be market structure. You can confirm that on higher time frames if you like, or you can just do the resistance support on the 5 minute. Okay, and again, price action. Remember, these are always number one and number two. Okay, always. Number three is going to be our blue sky day signal. Number four is going to be our stochastic crossover. And number five could be Bollinger Bands, okay, or RSI, whichever one you want to use. Now, you don't need all five. I definitely would go with four, though. Okay, I would definitely have all four to confirm your trade setup. Okay. And then open, trade, or place order. If you're in a sell, obviously at the top here, okay, at resistance with blue sky day signal and stochastic cross. Okay, so that's what you're looking for. Again, it's going to meet support or resistance. You're looking for the blue sky day signal and you're looking for the stochastic cross. Okay, and then, you know, obviously from price action will move with that. Okay, so that's what you're looking for there. Or to get out for an exit. Okay, so that was your entry. For your exit, it's the same thing. You're looking for either support to be found, and this is for a sell, guys. So just do the opposite for a buy. You're looking for support. Okay, this is the example we just covered. You're looking for support. You're looking for the opposite signal from the blue sky day. And you're also looking for a stochastic crossover in the opposite direction. Okay, so ideally you're looking for those key things. Okay, you're looking for market structure, price action, the blue sky day signal, the stochastic crossover, and then Bollinger Bands or RSI is just a plus. Okay, remember, you're going to open your trade or place your order at the support or at the resistance in the 5 minute time frame with the blue sky day signal and then a stochastic cross. So again, over here we see the signal. Okay, boom, we've got our signal. Now we're waiting for the cross and we're at resistance up here. Okay, we're at resistance up here, so we can go ahead and take this signal. Okay, and then we're going to wait until we're at a level of support, or we see the next crossover. Then we're going to go ahead and close out, or the next signal that's the opposite signal of what we just took. So we took a short, we wrote it out until we saw a long at support with a crossover down here at the bottom, which there is a crossover right here. So I would actually go ahead and close this trade out. However, obviously you're looking for the optimal crossover, which is at the bottom here. However, you would have caught less pips doing that, but that is the safest trade. Keep in mind, you want the safest trade setup. You want the setup that is going to yield you guaranteed pips. You're looking for guaranteed pips, guys. You can go in and out all day long with this bad boy. just by getting in on the signal and getting out at the crossover, okay? So you don't need the next signal from Blue Sky Day to get out. However, you will probably catch the most pips with that. Now, keep in mind, if the trade does end up going the wrong way, let's say your entry was here, you really only want a 1-to-1 maximum. So if you're looking to catch 15 pips, your maximum stop loss will be 15 pips. Now, I want to also remind you guys, in terms of risk management, you want to do a 0.01 to $100, okay? Or a maximum of 0.03 per 100. Now, some of you guys are thinking, man, at 15 pips, I'm not going to make that much profit. This is a quantity game, guys. When you're scalping, you need to accumulate profit by taking more trades. So if you're someone that wants to be in the market more, you want to scalp more, you need to catch more trades in order to accumulate more profit. So yes, your profit per trade will be smaller. However, you will accumulate more profit throughout the day. So you're going to take 10 trades at $20 profit. You're going to make 200 versus taking 1 or 2 trades as a swing trader or a position trader to make the $200. So keep that in mind. You're going to take more trades because you are scalping. Don't do a bigger lot size, okay? Many people make that mistake. They go with too big of a lot size. They over leverage their account, and then they find out that they're in the drawdown. They're like, well, I'm just going to hold. The signal was good. The Blue Sky Day said it was good. That is a bad mindset. You want to get out right away at your stop loss. Always set a stop loss when you're scalping, guys. Always. I'm telling you, this is vitally important. When you have a scalping strategy, you need to have a stop loss because, again, this is about quantity. Okay, you're not looking to ride this out for a day or two. You are looking to get in and out, okay? So if you lose, you lose. Let it hit stop loss, get in at the signal, and do it again. You will lose a few here and there. However, this is 97.7% profitable on USD Swiss franc. It's extremely profitable trade setups here. Now, another recommended pair, the pairs that I highly recommend for this particular strategy with a stochastic crossover are going to be GBP USD and GBP JPY. Okay, those are my favorites on this particular strategy. So it's ultimately up to you, but I highly recommend trading GBP USD and GBP JPY simply because the moves are really big and you're going to catch really, really nice moves. Okay, so I would highly recommend going ahead and doing that. That way you're catching the most pips. Okay, so again, I just want to cover this real quick. You need market structure, price action, the Blue Sky Day signal, the stochastic crossover, and then if you get a Bollinger Band touch outside or the RSI very overbought or oversold, that will just complement your analysis here. But again, when you're getting in, just open the trade at support or resistance. You're looking for the signal and you're looking for the crossover. To get out, it's the same thing, except you're looking for the opposite. So if you got in at resistance, you want to get out at support and you want to get out at the opposite signal from what you took, and then the opposite stochastic crossover at the bottom. So you get at the top, you get in at resistance, you're looking for the signal, you're looking for price action confirmation, and then you're getting out at the opposite with a long signal. You got a crossover here, and you're at support at the bottom of this trend. All right, you guys, so I hope you guys gain massive value out of today's training video. I believe this is a highly, highly profitable trade setup. However, you need to make sure you are not over leveraging and that you are getting out at your stop loss. Your stop loss must always be set in order for this to be effective, because you could have one bad trade that's in a longer drawdown and it'll blow out your profits for the day. Please always use a stop loss with this strategy and make sure you are doing a maximum of 0.03 per $100, okay? A max, that's 3%. You could go up to 0.05 per 100, but never, ever exceed that. This will add up over time, guys. If you're only making 20 to 30 bucks per trade, take more trades, okay? I also highly recommend you practice this on your demo account. That way you can become proficient and become profitable before you go live. All right, guys, that's it for today's Blue Sky Day training. If you love this training video, please let me know in the official chat. Go ahead and tag me and say, hey, Sean, I love this new training. I'm going to go ahead and crush it with this strategy, and I will see you on the next one.